Hey, and welcome to this episode of the Seven Freedoms Intentional Living podcast with me, Iona here at Soul Legacy TV, Spiritual Business Success with Iona. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about health. I'm going to be sharing with you how to balance your spiritual business and your work and have that life-work balance, that infamous life-work balance. And so every single day, I talk about 7 areas of your life, and I call them the 7 freedoms for intentional living. So living an intentional life is living in alignment with your vision, your values, and raising your vibrational frequency. And in order to have that spiritual business and life work balance, we focus on 7 areas. And you may be familiar with the wheel of life and putting different areas on the wheel and focusing on them. For us, as me, as the founder of the Soul Legacy Academy.com, I talk about the Soul Legacy Wheel. And so the Soul Legacy Wheel encompasses 7 areas, and they are your contribution. So you have that spiritual business and life work balance based around your purpose, health, emotions, environment, relationships, spirituality, and financial freedom. And so we want to emit the vibrational frequency that I say we wish to witness in the world. So we're rising and residing at that cheers to financial freedom frequency for living an intentional life. So I'm super excited to be focusing on health freedom Tuesdays. And so I've got notes and I've got my journal, and you may or may not have seen me share my journal with you. So it's a blank notebook. There's a lined one. It's very used on Lulu. And this one is on Amazon. And so I call it the Soul Legacy Journal. So being the founder of the Soul Legacy Academy, everything I do has soul in it. And so this is the Soul Legacy TV, Soul Legacy Journal, the Soul Legacy Movement. And my movement is around assisting in improving the mental health and well-being of our nation and our future generation with their mental health and escaping what I call a poverty consciousness and elevating a prosperity consciousness. So improving the mental health and well-being of our nation and our future generation, it can't be done by just me. So that is why I'm glad that you are here watching and listening along to this YouTube podcast. So I will stream this out on Spotify and Audible and the different podcast platforms, but you can watch me on my YouTube channel here at the Soul Legacy TV, Spiritual Business Success with Iona. So I am holding up my journal and I call it the Soul Legacy Journal. It's 365 days of your spiritual awakening story, a co-created soul path to spiritual alchemy for light workers. And so basically, this was the process that I used, rebuilding my life and having that spiritual business and life work balance after my multiple awakenings over what I call my dark decade of the soul. And so health is really, really important. So we're going to be focusing on having that spiritual business and life work balance. Yes, we're giving to others, but we also want to make sure that we're looking after ourselves while we're fulfilling our life purpose, while we're building our spiritual business online. It is so easy to give and give and give and give and not actually take care of ourselves. I know that you will resonate. And if you know of anyone who actually is in spiritual business and you know that they feel completely out of balance and they're not living as intentionally or in alignment as they could, then please do share this episode out and do subscribe to the YouTube channel again here at Soul Legacy TV, Spiritual Business Success with Iona. I want to give everybody who has recently subscribed to my YouTube channel a massive shout out. Thank you so much for supporting the YouTube channel, for sharing this episode, and just being here with me, focusing on health is absolutely massive. And so part of the journaling process, because we journal every single day, I'm sure that you do journal and you'll have your own journaling process. For me, I'll walk you through my journaling process and improving your health and raising your vibration and setting your intentions for living more intentionally and having more freedom and expansion. One of the things that I focus on being a spiritual business life coach and sharing with my students is your vision. And so on my YouTube channel, there is a vision board. It's called 1 Week to Create a Badass Spiritual Business Vision Board Challenge and Bank 50K in 50 Days Challenge. And so I do have a Google Doc that has that challenge laid out for you. So you don't have to click just on to the YouTube channel. And I encourage you to go through it so that you can have that spiritual business and life work balance. And so I do this vision board challenge annually on the second week in December at 7:30 p.m. UK time. It's completely free. I stream it out onto my YouTube channel, and I talk about your contribution on Monday, day one, and on day two, I talk about your health. So we're going to set the vision for your health, and we set the vision for all of these areas of your life. And so if you haven't done the vision board, I encourage you to do it. And then when you've done it, and you can come back here and come back with me every Tuesday, we're going to journal out the process of the manifestation, the things that you need to let go of, the things that you need to do more of in order to actually be living in alignment with that vision that you have for your health. So hopefully that makes sense. The spiritual, business, and life work balance. Okay, let's focus on these 7 areas for living an intentional life. Okay, let's get a clear vision on what that is for you. So I have done my vision board challenge, and I play my vision board. And to be fully transparent, I haven't played it every single day. So I will be playing it every single day. Sometimes on these daily lives, and while I've done the back end of my business and stuff, I wouldn't say I drop off. I do drop off, but like I will do the things, but not necessarily share it. So I'm back to share what has been happening for me with my health, and what the vision that I have had. And in December, now it's November, in December, the second week of December, I'll share with you all that has manifested, things that have and the things that haven't, and the journey to manifesting. Because sometimes I think that people think, oh, well, manifesting, it's just going to happen. Like I visualize it, poof, and it's amazing, it's done, without any action for us. And I've just been on a 3-day millionaire. Hey, love, I've just been on a 3-day millionaire mind intensive seminar from Friday to Sunday. And so welcome. So Hyacinth is here joining me on the YouTube channel. Oh, actually, you're on Facebook. So thank you for joining me. So I was on this 3-day intensive seminar, which I wanted to attend it in London. And when I did my masterclass on the last Monday of the month, I saw it on my calendar. I thought, oh my God, I'm not going to London. Let me do the hybrid. And I tell you that now I'm like literally sitting and I'm focusing on my health, and literally my behind hurts. Like it really does. Like sitting for 12-hour days, it's so intensive, but it's so beautiful. And it really highlighted again the process of manifesting, because we were talking about millionaire mind and money, but the process of manifesting, and our thoughts and our feelings and our actions lead to our results. And so how you feel about your life, and how you're welcome, thank you, how you feel about your life and your thoughts, etc., is what you're going to be manifesting. And it doesn't matter which area of your life it is. So we're going to be focusing on, again, on health today. I'm going to share with you what I've done for my health, and literally, because I feel sore there, like I'm like, okay. And my daughter's like, Mum, you need to be exercising, you need to be, and I usually do, but throughout those 3 days, I didn't go walking. I literally sat, which is not great for our health, but my mind was like on fire. I loved it. Anyway, so I'm going to be setting intentions for this next week to make sure my health is on point while I'm building my spiritual business. We did have breaks and stuff. I'm not saying that the millionaire mind makes you like, what have you. We did have breaks and stuff. It was absolutely epic. So in this episode, we're going to be focusing on our health. I'm going to be sharing the vision. You need to make sure that you do the vision board challenge so that you can start to journal this with me of what your health looks like, so we can reverse engineer the process. I have a very clear vision on how I want to feel. I've set intentions of how I want to feel, how I want to look, how I want to present myself, even online. Like for me, my health, and you may or may not know this, my vision, I set a vision board for each year, right? But my overall vision from when I was turned 40 and 52 was I saw my inspiration. I saw my mum's mum turn 100, and she was dancing in the Caribbean in the home, but she was dancing and she was going down and she was just doing all the things. She was drinking rum and all things. And so I have that vision of me taking after my grandmother. My mum's now 80. So we've got good genes, right? So I need to be able to look after this vehicle for my health so that I live that. And now I'm a grandmother, and I've just been a grandmother again. My grandson, my granddaughter is 12 and my grandson is 12 days old. And so as a grandmother, I'm like, oh gosh, I want to be that role model, and I want to have my health so I can be there for my grandson as well. So really focusing on health, not burning ourselves out, really taking care of ourselves is so, so important. I'm sure that you will agree. So what is your vision for health? I will say that. And journal it out. And when you have that vision, come back and we can journal this out every single Tuesday for an entire year so that you can actually be in the same vibrational alignment with what your vision is, and stop doing the things that don't support that vision and start doing more of the things that do. Hopefully that makes sense. So that spiritual, business and life work balance, contributing, looking after our health, our emotions, how our health is determines how we feel. The environments that we're in are going to impact your health. The relationships definitely impact your health. Your spiritual practices, how you feel in flow, and your finances definitely impact your health. The level of stress, the level of choices that you have, all the things. So we want to live intentionally in these 7 areas. It's not an isolated area. We break down your life and then we put it back together again. So let's go through the journaling process. So be very clear on the vision. And if you haven't done the vision board challenge, again, there's a Google Doc for the vision board challenge, which lays the vision board challenge out in these 7 areas that I'm talking about. There's also in my Soul Legacy Academy, the 1 week to create about our spiritual business vision board challenge. There's homework in there for you to do the vision board challenge, and it's $7.77. And I love it. And there's also a 2-hour monthly coaching call where I walk my students through this process. So in order to have your spiritual business, you also want to be focusing on the 7 areas of your life. And so I do a 2-hour coaching call for that, and I gift it to my students because it's so important. And so I'll share with you how I gift it to my students, why I gift it to my boot campers and my masterminders. And I would love to have you on there if it resonates with you. So we've talked about vision. I want to talk about your values. And so your values in every area. So we go through, living an intentional life is about living in alignment with your values, if you don't know. And so what are your values for your health? And so what you value and your values will determine the choices that you make. And so when I see my vision, again, I want to be vibrant, I want to be healthy, I want to be full of energy. Apologies. And that right here, I do with my granddaughter. That right here, I have alarms on for my day. So I don't even think about, I don't do stress. I move from my day. I segment, intend my day. So I have Q&A in about half an hour. So that's how long I've got to do this daily live and this YouTube podcast, but I wanted to fit it in. And so I value my time. I value the things that I put in my body. I want to take care of my body. I value sleep. I value exercise. I value health and fitness. And I value those around me who also value the same things. As I've gone on this journey and noticed how many people, and you can look around, right? You can look around and you can just see that people don't necessarily value their health as well as they could, right? And so I want to know that you value your health. Let's talk about your vibration. So rating your vibration, we do this in this journaling practice. So we have our vision, and you want to rate your vibrational frequency and do it every single day. This is part of this process for the journaling and manifesting and raising your vibration. So this is the way that it works. So every single day you want to rate your vibrational frequency. I talk about this more on the vision board challenge, so that will explain it more. But basically, I say on the Soul Legacy journal, on the Soul Legacy wheel, I rate my vibration. And so in the vision board challenge, I talk about having this wheel, and inside the wheel is the world, right? In the middle, right, there's the world. And so we are living in the world, in the physical. And so we could get pushed and pulled by what's going on around us. But we know that we are humans in the world, but we are souls having a human experience. So if you think of the Soul Legacy Academy, the Soul Legacy Journal, Soul Legacy Movement, we're looking at the world, the physical, through what I say, the lens of your soul. Now, bear with me, meaning that we don't get pushed and pulled by what is happening in the physical. We can raise our vibrational frequency. In fact, in order for our vision to manifest, we need to raise our vibrational frequency. And we do that by the thoughts that we think. They have a vibrational frequency. So we're either in a poverty consciousness versus a prosperity consciousness, or a soul funk versus a soul flow. And we want to be in soul flow. The more lower vibrational in your frequency, the more that you will manifest things that you don't want. When you raise your vibration, you're in alignment and in harmony with the vision that you want to manifest. So think of the world. Don't let it push and pull you. Say you've got certain goals for your mental health, your emotional health, your physical health, your spiritual health, your environmental health, but it doesn't look in the world the way that you want it to look, right? That's okay. We can imagine, we can visualize. That's what a vision board is. You're visualizing and feeling it now. In order for your vision to manifest, before it manifests, we've got to feel that vibration, even though we can't see it, even though we're not all the way there yet. And so for me, on the vision board, I have certain practices that I do for my health. And being a lady of 52, certain hormones were influencing my body, right? And so I looked up different things, and I'm into health and fitness, and really looking after myself. And I've enrolled in a personal trainer and a nutrition course and a gym instructor course. Ironically, over this last, say, month, just over a month, hadn't actually been to the gym. I've been on my walks, my daily walks. I love being in environments that feel really in nature. I've been doing my walks, and I've been eating differently and increasing more protein and not really worrying about anything. And so I haven't weighed myself, because I was like, that is it. I'm not even going to weigh myself. I'm not big framed anyway. But when I came down for my daughter, when my grandson was going to be born, so 2 weeks ago, she's like, Mum, look at you. You look amazing. I was like, oh, okay, thank you. And my body had completely changed over this last month, and I hadn't been really focusing on it. And she's like, that's usually the way. And she's like, look at you. And now I can really physically see. And I actually did, and you'll get information on what you need to do. I did a dry fast, and I did it and this is not health advice and medical advice. I do fasting, and I've done it for over the years. And I've done water fasts, I've done juicing fasts, I've done what have you, but I've not done a dry fast. And I had done a dry fast, and I'd done incrementally increased it, and I ended up doing a dry fast for 36 hours. Completely changed my whole body and completely changed the pattern that my body was in. So for me, I've been focusing on my health, but I've not been journaling it out and being on these lives. And so it's congruent with the vision that I have on my vision board. Whatever your health, my mental health, my emotional health, my physical health, all feels amazing, apart from my behind being on the Millionaire Mind. But I just feel amazing. Got to do my hair, but I feel amazing. How do you feel? Do you feel in soul funk regarding your health, or do you feel in soul flow? And if you are not taking care of yourself as well as you could, or you're not educated on, what you could do next, I invite you to do some research. But I say set your intentions. So this is Intentional Living, the Intentional Living podcast for spiritual business and life work balance. Set 3 intentions with me for your health. So it may be that you want to set the intention to stop doing a certain thing and start doing something else. So 1 to 3 things by the end, but like as a habit, as how you launch your day, lead your day, and leave your day. That's for me is intentional living, living your legacy. And so in the morning, what are you doing regarding your health? What's a healthier way to wake up? A healthier way to launch your day? What time you want to launch your day? What do you want to do as your morning practices, your morning routine? How you lead your day? How can you lead your day, like your daily routines in the middle of your day? What could you do? Could you go out for a walk in the middle of the day? Could you break up your day? Could you, whatever it is regarding your health that would be on your vision board, how could you improve that? Right. And I call it, well, Abraham Hicks calls it segment intending your day. So you're breaking up your day. So you're having the best day that you can in terms of your health. And we talk about on the 7 Freedoms podcast for living intentionally, we talk about each area. And so you add something in every single day, or leave something out, or maintain that life. When you know, like you want to do 1,000 things and you can't, you do one thing and then the next thing and the next thing. And before you know, you're just absolutely living the best life and the best version of you in alignment with that vision board. It's not about the vision board happening to you. It's about who you be and putting those things in your calendar on a daily basis. How you want to contribute, your health, how you want to feel, your environment, where you want to work, where you want to live, where you want to travel to. I'll talk about that on Thursday. Your relationships, your spirituality, and your finances. So the health in terms of, how you want to leave your day, what time you want to be winding down your day and reflecting on your days, as Hyacinth knows, all those things. So how you launch your day, lead your day, and leave your day. So we set intentions every single week. We write them down in our journal of the actual soul-guided actions that we're going to take so that we get those results. And so let me know in the comments how you want to launch your day, how you lead your day, and how you leave your day already, and what other things that you could do. Again, I coach through this on a 2-hour monthly coaching call so that you can have that spiritual life work balance if you are a student of mine. So let's talk about gratitude. So we're talking about raising our vibrational frequency, right, in every area of our life. So raising your vibration, one of the best ways to do that is through gratitude. And I have this little gratitude stone that my daughter gave me many years ago. And we say here on the Intentional Living podcast, for that, having that spiritual business and life work balance, the acronym for the Cheers to Financial Freedom frequency, the 7 freedoms, I use it interchangeably. We say for I'm happy and I'm grateful and appreciate something in the present, something in the past, or something in the predicted future that's on your vision board. And so we do this daily. You do the gratitude. You can write it down. You can soul speak it into existence with me. And so when we are expressing gratitude, we're emitting that vibration that we're grateful for these things that have happened in the past. You're rewriting that story and vibration about happy in the present and in the predicted future, meaning the things that are on your vision board that you can thank the universe for. So I say I'm happy and I'm grateful and I appreciate, again, something in the past, something in the present, or something in the predicted future, whatever comes to mind. Now I will do it. I will go first. And so I say I'm happy and I'm grateful and appreciate my contribution. Happy and grateful and appreciate my contribution. I'm able to deliver a passive way for me, where my students can go through my book or my course, or my courses or my mastermind, and my contribution is there 24/7. And so then I just offer Q&A. And so I've got Q&A this week for my 5-day challenge and my bootcamp. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate that I have some amazing students going through that with me. And thank you a lot for allowing me to contribute to your business and supporting you in having that spiritual business and life work balance. I'm happy. And if that wasn't true, I could say it anyway, and then eventually it will come true. I'm happy and grateful. It is true. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate my health. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate my body. Like I am loving, I've fallen back in love with my body, even more so than I had before, because it felt like hormones were owning me, like, and changing my body. Like I was like, what on earth? And I just feel really good. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate my emotions. I'm high vibe most of the time. And I have had so many joyful moments. Like I could literally cry because I'm just so happy, like being a grandmother again. I'm like, oh man, I'm happy and grateful that I'm here. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate my environment. I'm in my daughter's home. It's a new home. I'm really happy and grateful for that. I've got my little desk and my little chair and stuff in the little corner. I've been grateful for that. I'm happy and grateful. And I'm back actually in the town that I was in for 15 years, which I didn't even think I'd be coming back right now, but I am. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate my relationship with my grandbaby. He's just so amazing. And yeah, I'm grateful for my daughter as well, but I'm just really happy and grateful for my grandbaby. He gets a double mention. He's gorgeous, by the way. He's just so beautiful. And you know, when you try and imagine someone, I tried to imagine him and I dreamt about meeting him. And yeah, it's just epic. I'm happy. And this is me looking after my health and building my business for him as well. And so I'm happy and grateful and appreciate did relationship spirituality. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate that I know that my thoughts have energy, and they lead to my feelings, which lead to my actions, which lead to my results. It's a very spiritual thing to even know. Many people are not even aware of that. I'm really happy and grateful for that. Happy and grateful and appreciate my financial freedom. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate all the money that comes in. And I'm happy and grateful and appreciate for earning the minimum of 50K a month for passive and leverage income streams for my 12-week Soul Legacy Launch Blueprint Bootcamp and 12-month Mastermind. I'm super happy and grateful for that. Yay. All right, that is it for that. I've got a card for today from Keepers of the Light. That's how I do my journaling practice. So Keepers of the Light by Cal Gray. And this one, I was shuffling and I was like, okay, what do we need to know for today? And that is Kuan Yin, I think. Care and compassion, choose to be loved, do what is right for everyone involved, offer a helping hand. That is beautiful. I'm not actually going to read all of the card out because I've literally got Q&A on Zoom in about 15 minutes. And I want to do the book for the day, and I want to do, I'm looking to see, page 90 is, I want to do the book for the day, which I was listening to the book for today, and then we'll do the Bank 50K 50 Days Challenge. So the book for today that I was listening to, full transparency, I didn't listen to all of the book, all the chapter, and it was, or is, a book called, it's on Audible. It's called Sleep Smarter. Hang on, let me just show you. It's called, hang on. You see it? Sleep Smarter by Sean Stevenson. 21 essential strategies to sleep your way to, I think it's, oh, it doesn't make it bigger. Sleep your way to better health and bigger success. I think that's what it says. If you've not done this book, read this book, or heard of Sean Stevenson, it's an absolutely epic book. And I was reminded on a call when I was doing the coaching call of sleep, just how important sleep is. And in the book, he talks about our environment and temperature. And when I was laying in the bed last night, like laying on my tummy, because my behind hurt that much, like it literally, it's really hurting now. And so I was thinking, I didn't even get under the covers. I've got like a Oodie, which my sister-in-law who passed, she gave me this Oodie. So it just always reminds me of her. I'm laying there and I'm thinking of the temperature of the room. That's how much of an impact, because I've listened to this book many times. I was like, wow, this book impacts you. He says about the temperature in the room, the temperature you are, and your body temperature being affected by your stress levels and your hormones and all these things. If you've not, and he's got a really brilliant story about his own health and why he's helping people. But it's not just sleep, it's sleep and exercise and nutrition and all these things. It's a really amazing book. If you haven't gone through that, I would recommend it. The last thing that I'm going to share with you is the Bank 50K in 50 Days Challenge. I call it the Soul Income Game, right? And so we do this in the vibrational world, right? We're going to spend our vibrational money voucher, and then I will teach you how to create a business model where we bank 50K in 50 days for real in the visible world. And we do that through what I call 50 breakthrough sessions that serve. So we offer 50 one-on-one sessions and enroll into our group or our beta program. Or if you are, if you have other passive income streams, and when you build a business and you have your angel numbers for what it is that you want to enroll your students for, I personally have a 12-week bootcamp. It's a passive income stream. And going to the Millionaire Mind, I'm like, wow, the first time I went to the Millionaire Mind was years ago. And I was like, how amazing is that? They were talking about downsells, upsells, cross sells, all the things. And I'm like, I've got it all. Yay. And so they were talking about webinars and masterclasses. Oh, they were talking about everything. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And so I'm going to be running YouTube ads to this masterclass just because I've got income goals, right? And so doing the Bank 50K in 50 Days challenge, I talk about on the masterclass how to speak to, serve, and sign up your high paying one-to-many soul clients, doing it in the physical world. And so when you are offering something that is over $2,000, whether like if you want to run a retreat, most of my audience want to run it, my soul tribe want to run a retreat, you would get on a phone call anyway. I've enrolled in a retreat program and it costs thousands. And they literally say you can offer your retreat from getting on a one-on-one. So when I say 50 breakthrough sessions that serve, you offer a boot camp, whether it's beta, then it will be a passive income. So you get on a call and you offer that. If somebody doesn't want to offer to enroll in your higher level of your program, then they're probably going to do the payment plan for the lower program. So there's 3 main income streams that I talk about banking 50K in 50 days. Mine are $55, $555 or $5,555. So banking 50K in 50 days, when you're committed to your calling and doing 50 breakthrough sessions that serve, doesn't have to be crazy. And especially if you want to take people on retreat, you want to know that they're the right people, and you want to know that they're people that you actually want to go on retreat with. So it's a really beautiful way of launching your beta program and your retreat, and getting case studies for your book, getting case studies for your masterclass or your webinar, and proving to yourself that actually you do have a profitable business and a profitable soul purpose. So the Bank 50K in 50 Days challenge is lit. I share with you everything that you could possibly, scripts. I share with you the structure of your business model, the structure of sessions. Like I walk you through virtual retreat planning. I will do in-person retreat planning as well. YouTube ads, Amazon ads, writing and publishing your book, all that stuff is in my mastermind. I'm super excited to share that with you. So I have a high-paying one-to-many soul client funnel formula. The masterclass has the Bank 50K in 50 Days homework. Make sure that you're doing your homework so you can do your maths. So let's do this homework in the Bank 50K in 50 Days challenge in the vibrational world. So we have a vibrational money voucher. You'll see it in the masterclass homework. So this Soul Legacy Journal, 365 days of your spiritual awakening to a prosperity consciousness versus a poverty consciousness, a co-created soul path to spiritual alchemy for light workers. When you've gone through your awakening and you awaken to your life purpose, your duty, my duty, is to go through that spiritual awakening, gather your spiritual ascension tools and alchemize and package up what it is that you've done and give it back, right? Creating a movement. I talk about aligning your movement, your message, and your money with doing this in my book. All right. So I call it Spiritual YouTubers from Scratch, a soul guided influencers compass to leverage your light work and lifestyle on YouTube. So that masterclass is registering for the Spiritual Business Book Marketing on YouTube and free masterclass. So you do your book and you do your companion journal, you put them on Amazon and you talk about them on your YouTube channel. So this journal gives you £1,000, dollars, or euros every single day, right? So for us to spend on our vibrational money. I went through my awakening in all of these areas, and I have a co-author book series where I share with you how to share your spiritual awakening story in our co-author book, right? If you've been through an awakening in any of these areas and you've decided I want to create a business around that particular area, then you can share your spiritual awakening story around contribution, health, emotions, environment, relationships, spirituality, and finances. Okay. So this journal gives us £1,000, dollars, or euros to spend in vibrational money on our vision board. So that is how I rebuilt my life, the vision that I had. So for those of you who don't know me, I say on the vibrational money voucher, we tithe 10% of our income. So of that 1,000, you tithe 10%, so $100. So every single day, you're going to be given £1,000, dollars, or euros every single day. If you don't want to spend it all, you tithe 10%, but you can carry over the money until the Sunday, till Financial Freedom Sunday, and then you have to spend the money. So doing the Millionaire Mind Intensive seminar over this last few days has been absolutely epic for me and reminded me of where I actually started before I created all this. And I wasn't sure about the money, the Millionaire Mind, like a million, but I have created a business model where I could easily earn $1 million in my business doing all of the things that I'm doing now. It's absolutely epic. I love it. And so when you do not feel comfortable receiving the money, then you repel it, right? So I wanted to be comfortable with receiving the money. I'm very comfortable receiving the money because I know I offer value. And we did a follow-up call today. So I went on the Millionaire Mind Hybrid. It was in London. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then today is Tuesday. They did a relearn and a review and relearn or something. And they were doing their practices. I do highly recommend the Millionaire Mind Intensive by T. Harv Eker and his book, The Millionaire Mind Intensive. It's based on a book. And that's where I first learned about doing a course and doing principles and practices and in-person events based on a book. So they do this Millionaire Mind Intensive training. T. Harv Eker doesn't actually do the training anymore, but they do it, trainers all over the world. It's absolutely phenomenal. So if you don't feel comfortable receiving the money, when I first did the Millionaire Mind Intensive, I didn't feel comfortable even talking about money. I was completely money blocked. And we'll talk about that on Sunday, on Financial Freedom Sunday. But I wanted to make it fun. And Abraham Hicks, Jerry and Esther Hicks talk about the prosperity game, spending vibrational money. And so the prosperity consciousness by Frederick Lerman, he talks about a game as well, spending money. And I didn't realize, but anyway, I created my own. So we spend this vibrational money, we tithe 10% to a worthy cause. My worthy cause is Compassionate Friends. So for those of you who don't know, my son made his transition 10 years ago, 12 days before his 20th birthday. And I realize I'm saying 12 a lot. So my grandson is 12 days old and my granddaughter is 12. And it was 12 days before my son's 20th birthday that he actually passed. And so he got knocked off his motorbike. So the last 10 years have been crazy for me. But I decided that I wanted to give back. So I actually tithe my time as well. They were talking about this on the Millionaire Mind. I tithe my time and I do a one-on-one session, usually on a Tuesday. But my lady is gone away. So I'll be doing it next week again. And I tithe 10% to a worthy cause. So when I'm earning in the physical world, I'm tithing. When I'm doing my vibrational money voucher, I'm tithing 10%, right? And so this vibrational money voucher helps you to visualize what is on your vision board, the worthy cause that you want to give to, and also spend on for experiences or material things on your vision board. So spend it, write it down every single day, what you're spending your vibrational money voucher on experiences. You don't put it in savings and you don't spend it on bills because they are taken care of. I want you to feel the vibrational frequency that everything is already done. We're banking 50K in 50 days vibrationally. And then I'm going to share with you while you're doing it vibrationally, how to do it in the physical world. Does that sound good or does that sound good? Living an intentional life is living in alignment with your values, living in alignment with the vision. And when you contribute to the level that you are here to, you automatically receive that financial freedom. You're worthy of receiving that financial freedom because you are emitting that vibrational frequency of being in service and doing really great things in the world, right? So come to the masterclass and I will share with you how to speak to, serve, and sign up your high-paying one-to-many sell clients online. So if you request the Google Doc, and again, this is all in the links in the show notes, for the Movement Marketing Media Kit Challenge, it's a visibility plan and virtual book tour. I will share with you how to write your book, how to share your book in my co-author book series, and how to actually write your own book, publish and market your own book as well as part of your movement. And when you have a movement inside of you, it pulls you along. You're no longer fearful of being visible or showing up. You are in alignment. And so I talk about in the book, the Soul Guided Influencers Compass, to leverage your light work and lifestyle on YouTube. I love YouTube. I've got so much to share with you on the YouTube, aligning your movement, your message, and your money. If you come and get that challenge, again, I do this challenge on the 3rd week in September. Obviously it's November now, so all the replays are there, and I will do it again on the 3rd week in September 2026. But enjoy that, create your movement. I talk about what is a Movement Marketing Media Kit Challenge, what is an author platform, an authority platform. So building your author platform with your book, authority platform with your YouTube channel, sharing your spiritual awakening story, and actually creating a media kit and getting out there so that you can position yourself in front of other people's audiences and actually feel yourself banking 50K in 50 days. That is it for me for that spiritual business and life work balance and the 7 Freedoms Frequency Intentional Living podcast. Thank you so much for spending this time with me, listening to this podcast. I will see you for Emotional Freedom Wednesday. Big love. Here's to sharing your gifts and being in service. All right, take care.